In the house. Are we live? Are we live? Manoj Roy. All the way from Mumbai. Mr. Gray. Jake Store. What up, Rad? I missed the live videos. Glad to catch this one. Good to have you. Rad, I'm here today. I'm laying in bed watching some NBA playoffs. Tuning into the live stream. And the Clippers. The homie Brandon, I figured I can't even play any music because they copyright you, so I might as well, homie, make my own couple of riffs. I taught myself how to play guitar. Anybody can learn how to play. I've been playing, 30 years. But I taught myself, and I continue to teach myself. So glad to see that. Now listen to this. We're going a few minutes early. I got a couple of points today that I want to talk about. Where we're at, modern day relationships. And why modern day relationships have very little chance of success. Well, that's the topic today. Learn the guitar is fun to learn. You want to talk about building something? Even after my divorce, I got even better on my guitar. Why? Because I put all of my energy into something that I could control, right? Good to see you too, Mr. Gray. And everything I invested in learning how to play and getting better never left me, right? And it's terrific. It's a skill that I have. And I got even better even after the divorce. So I put all that energy and focus into improving myself. And so guitar is easy. Go pick one up for $90, right? Teddy Boy Smith, hey Rad, Teddy in the house, all the way from UK. We got India, UK. We've got the homie Brandon on the East Coast. Who else we got in here? Probably a couple more going to jump in. We got a good showing. Mr. Gray, I can't remember where you're from. And Luxbox, I know where you're from. Jake. Yeah, I can't remember where Jake's from. But we'll get up. Black Earth in the house. Good to have you here, brother. I even used to give exams for music. It's from UK. Good for you. Teach others. Teach others how to play guitar. Well, let's see where we're at today. Let's jump into this. Okay. Why I came up with this idea, why modern day relationships have little chance of success. And I'll tell you why, from my perspective. Number one, and first and foremost, is the attention span of today's people. The attention span of today's people is literally seconds, if not minutes. They lose quickly, they get bored, right? There you go, Maryland, Arizona, gotcha. They quickly get bored. The attention span, we have to have it immediate. We have to have text messages immediately. They've got to get back to us immediately. If we don't get back to them, they move on. I think the attention span is the number one issue in modern day relationships. You can't maintain their attention long enough because they have so many options coming at them from all different angles that they get bored really quickly. So maintaining frame ain't going to work. The only thing that's going to work, I really think 99% of all relationships are not going to make it. Paul Revere, relationships are a bad idea for men in 2021. Well said, brother. So the attention span is the biggest key. You cannot maintain their enthusiasm and the attention on you for much longer. There's just too many options. Technology has fucked it all up. Programming, media, phones, Apple Watches. The attention span isn't there because within seconds, if not minutes, they're in their phone talking to any guy in Mumbai or Australia or South America, what have you. The world's flat. The world is flat now. So number one, attention span. That is the number one reason from my perspective. I thought a lot about this. They lose attention quick on both sides, men and women. Now, will all relationships fail? I would say the majority of them will because of that reason. Right? Number two, you got options. There's too many options now for women and men. McTowell Cowboy in the house from Chicago. Good to have you. There's too many options. Think about it. Even the heavy ones have options. What makes you special? What makes you different from the next guy that'll give them 4 emojis in the morning and a good morning text and send them money? Huh? What's going to make you different? The only way you get different is you give no attention. That's it. But anyhow, that's the options, right? The options are vast. They're just vast. They're out of control. They have too many options. So they get bored. Now they go to the options, right? This is why relationships don't work anymore. And there's no investment on her part. Now, I'm not going to say all guys invest, because, you know, there are guys that are douches, but most gals do not make the huge investment. Why would you make an investment in something when the moment you get pissed off, you could just jump ship to the next canoe and keep monkey branching? Because you know you're going to have a bucket full of simps at any second, at any given time. So there's no investment needed, right? No investment needed. Don't quit persevere, yo brother. I'd rather have one-night relationships anyways. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely. Okay. Paul Revere, instant gratification at our fingertips is another reason why relationships are not really worth it. Again, goes back, very well said, Paul. Attention span and options at their fingertips. Guys, they have the whole world in their palm. Literally, think about that. They can reach out to anybody. Now, if that person's going to get back to them, doesn't matter. They can Instagram celebrities now. Athletes. They can send DMs to anyone, right? And finally, this is my third point, programming. The programming of the eat, pray, love phenomenon. Hey, you go, girl. You're not unhappy. You had 3 kids with your husband. You go find yourself, girl. You've been a baby factory too long. You go find yourself. You become the woman that you've always wanted to be. Don't worry about some man and kids. They're holding you back, girl. You go for it. Who enforces that? Oprah. She never been married or had kids, and she's given advice on how to think about that. Never been married or had kids. I think she had. I think she was pregnant in her teens, very early, but she never raised kids. You've got the Ellen DeGeneres of the world, shaping it. You've got The Bachelor, that show, The Bachelor, basically creating legions of more simps. These guys are trying to figure out how to get girls to wed this bachelor, and they're competing against each other. Think about how simping that is. All the TV shows, all the internet articles, what about the what's your love language crap, right? India is waking up. Indians' men's are not interested in marriage too. Very interesting to know that. Manage. Evening, Rad. James from the house, from the UK, having a great Sunday, practicing with the Gibson Les Paul. Carefree day, no drama. Good for you. Work on yourself. Get that Gibson out. Tune those strings. Teddy Boy Smith too. Hey, Rad, my close friend ditched me. How do I let go of the guilt for my part? My close female friend ditched me. How do I let go of the guilt for my part in the mess? I don't know. Tell me how she dumped you. If she dumped you or left you for somebody else, there's nothing you can do. That's programming. That's what's in their head. Men invest in relationships. You think about your good friends that are men. You invest in it. Hey, he's going to buy you beer. You're going to buy him. You're going to be there helping him move his furniture and so forth. Well, that doesn't happen on the female side, where brains are too different, right? And that's the reality of modern day relationships. Tell me how they can be successful in a time when they have instant gratification, as Paul said, at their fingertips. Their attention span is literally seconds to minutes. The moment you do something wrong in a relationship, maybe you don't show up on time, maybe you didn't get her the right present, maybe you didn't say the right words, she's now punching digits and apps on her phone to get somebody that will. And guess what? She'll find someone very quickly. Gold digging is openly promoted by Indian culture. Interesting. Simps are everywhere, and there's buckets and buckets and legions of simps at any given corner, at any given time for women that are unsatisfied. It's not hard for a woman to get a man. It doesn't matter what the woman looks like. There are men that will hit and quit all day long and be right next in line to be the next boyfriend. That is the thirst of the man in today's world. It's really that. It's if you think about it, it's crazy. The man has become, feminized in that way. Bada being in the house. People are only as faithful as their options, said Chris Rock. Women have the JJ 80-20 rule, so men lose out. Very well said. They have so many options today. So many options. They can skip and dance to the next guy in seconds flat. They're faster than a NASCAR team at a pit stop for the next guy. In fact, they don't even have to be fast. They've already got them lined up on deck. If a chick's into you, you're just number one on the top 10 of the guys she likes. The moment she's not into you, which happens a lot sooner now, within days, they're off to the next guy. And that is why modern day relationships have a very little chance of success. It's blue pill. I can see a lot of that in Indian culture. MGTOW cowboy. Isn't it true in India, thousands of men are abducted every year at gun and knife point and forced to marry women? Jeez. Manage is saying it's true. I hear girls at work laughing at simps, calling them creepy. Yeah. They don't like the simpy guy. Well, they only like the simpy guy for attention, but then the real strong man that's bearded and, very, very strong in his masculinity, now he's toxic. So tell me how you win in that scenario. Although we all know women don't like nice guys because nice guys equals agreeance. And agreeance equals weakness. Being agreeable shows that you're weak. Bo left in the house. What's up with you, brother? Good to have you as well. And always, we are talking about the attention span, the options, and the programming of women today give very little chance of success. And I tell guys this, say, you know what? It's not you. It really isn't. You're probably a great guy. You probably want to invest and give a woman your heart, your resources, protect her, provide for her, grow something. But the reality, it's very, very extremely risky today because of what I just said. Too many options, too much instant gratification. They get bored of you quick. I mean, boredom is probably the quickest. Why? Because they've had so many guys texting them, DMing them, sending them instant messages, responding to their photos, that she's going to block that all out for one guy. She's used to the attention of multiples. Now, we actually probably put that in a subcategory. Used to the attention of multiple orbiters on a daily, hourly basis, right? Manage Roy, women don't like any guys. They're only interested in your fat wallet. I think that's very well said. Women are into resources and status and protection. That is it. The guy that provides her the most of those wins. The guy that provides her the most resources, the highest status, and the best protection, being a strong man, wins. Now, is it hard to get to that point? If you work on yourself, no. But why would you get to that point? Bolef, attention is their currency. Well said. Of course, I love to say that. Their attention and validation and attention is the currency of women today. And that's just reality. They can get it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. They can get it. They've been getting it for literally a decade with technology. Before, back in the 90s when I was dating, that was a different story. They still got attention, but it was very, very minuscule. Father Saunders in the house, brother. I wish I was wrong. I really do. However, there's maybe a 5% chance of modern day relationship or marriage actually working. It's true and can't be convinced otherwise. You're actually more generous than me, Father Saunders. I say 1% to 2%. But you know what? I agree. It's in the high 90s that it's not going to happen. Even the women in their 50s get attention. I see it all the time. Just look around. They're stringing some guy around because that guy he's not strong enough to be on his own. He's not strong enough to not have a woman nagging at him all day long. That's a problem with men. Men need to regrow their balls. Men need to get stronger. Men need to sit by themselves and quit giving power to women who could potentially destroy your life mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. Women should never be the center of attention. That's where I went wrong. They should be a complement. You should be on your purpose and game. And never, ever give your emotions or your feelings to a woman. Manage, I was blackmailed by Simp for being rude to women. Of course you were. Men will defend women before they'll defend their own brothers. You have no idea how timely and helpful this discussion is, Mr. Gray. Well, I'm glad you're in here. This is for all of us. I mean, I do these podcasts, whatever these called, streams, because it helps me and it reinforces everything I know talking to guys that are around the world experiencing the same thing. It's not the fact that I'm sitting here and I'm anti-relationship. I just look at the reality of relationships today and I say, how can I compete? What am I getting out of it? If I invest, does she invest? And I haven't come up with a favorable answer or seen it. So hang in there, brother. We are here for you. What part of India are you from? India is a huge country. Manoj is from Mumbai. And Indian food is my favorite. Palak paneer. All right, Cyberzoni is in the house. Let's see, hold on. Hello, Rad. A lot of truth spoken here. Well, I think we're all speaking truth to one another. That's why we are a collective family of like-minded people. Bolef, we just need to realize this, accept and move on, work on ourselves, and as for me, never ever make the same mistake twice. Yeah, well said. Work on yourself. That is the best investment you will get back. That has a huge return on investment. Giving it to a woman, hoping she would love you back, proves to be very risky. I would say it was this. Would you jump out of an airplane that has a 70% failure rate? I didn't say 90%. I said 70%. None of you would. Kevin Samuels' podcast shows how delusional women are, says Bada. I ain't hooking up with any delusional women. Funny, they aren't delusional in divorce court. Well said. I think the attention span we talked about, the options, the programming. Eat, pray, love. You divorce him, you go find yourself in India, you come back and be happy forever. That man, you were a baby factory so long that you got to go find yourself, girl. That's not healthy. That ruins just, and those women on KS's show, Bada, feel that. They think they're 10s when they're 2s. 45-year-old wanted a divorce because she's getting another man to take care of her and she wants $6 million US from each cheese. 45, wow. Andrew Briggs, all the way from the other side. Today is the first day of me quitting smoking cigarettes after picking it up a year and a half. Good for you. Good for you. That's putting your health first. Some hairy Italian guy says hello. Yeah, good for you. Happy to have you. What part of Italy are you from? Or unless you're an Italian living in the States. Quitting is tough. And anyone that can quit a bad habit like that, that's focusing on yourself. That's putting you centered. You can do it. Either she follows you or you walk alone. Never follow her direction, says Peter Parker. Very, very well said. You are the leader, not her. Ubermensch. Good vibes. You got this. Elbow cough. There you go. In the house. Whatever the social trends are at this time, women will follow. Right now, women are independent and focused on their careers. But we've seen the women on Kevin Samuel's show that have focused all this, and where are they? Single. Wanting a man. Thinking they're 10s when they're 39ers. Doesn't work. Focus on where you wish to go in your life, says Manoj. Very well said. Madison, Wisconsin. I have been out to Eden Prairie, Wisconsin. Great cheese. And I think Wisconsin is Milwaukee. Milwaukee is the beer capital. Any tips for online dating? Oh, hit and quit. And don't do it. You will not get ahead. You're just going to be one of the hundreds of thousands of other guys. There's nothing that maybe a handsome Italian man might pull just because of your dark, handsome Italian looks. But other than that, you're just going to be one of many who they can't really differentiate themselves. Guys can't. So I wouldn't do it. I find that married women I work with crave attention more than single girls. Probably because they don't get out much, getting hit on and getting their dose of Sims. I would agree with that, Teddy boy. Yep. Look at Father Saunders says, don't do it. hairy Italian guy. Once a woman has moved on, she is honest with the ex and she throws him under the bus for no reason. Don't date, says Manush. Z Foster Z in the house. Don't do online dating. It's kind of thinking that had little success. And it's not you. It's not you, some hairy Italian guy. It's just reality. Ben Affleck got shit on online dating. And he's status, resources, and a good looking dude for his age. Online dating, do it if you are a 6'5" model, otherwise forget it. Yes. Advice for online dating, don't do it. I think that's the consensus of the forum. Do not do online dating. Number one, it wrecks your self-esteem. A lot of these guys. You know, you might even match and talk to someone and then they quit talking to you. And what did I do wrong? And then you get it. Yeah, I wouldn't even touch it. This is what made me MGTOW. My dad lost his house and 2 multi-unit investment properties in divorce. Then his second wife cheated on him with multiple men and put a false DV charge on me. Guys, it's risky. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying not to do it. It's very risky. You have to weigh it. And you'll get to the point, if you pro and con a girl that you're dating, even if you're dating her, I guarantee the cons will be more than the pros. She's not on your team. Or very rare. That 99% of them will not be on your team. They'll be on their team, and you just have to follow. JT in the house, she doesn't need dates. Exactly. When your eyes have been opened and you leave the matrix, it is shocking to see how the programming permeates nearly all TV, music, and movies. So many men wasting away chasing the fantasy. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? So many men chasing the fantasy that isn't there. Women on dating apps are recycled. Wrap up. You got it. Never date female cop. I remember 5 years ago, I matched with the cop. Good thing I never went out with that chick. Are you kidding me? The moment you broke up, you'd have 9 of her colleagues knocking on your door. Yeah. Don't date female cops. Do not date psychologists, sociologists, therapists, hairdressers, nurses, flight attendants, redheads, like crazy redheads with bulky eyes, very heavily makeup women, very heavily tattooed women, women with weird piercings, women with dirty reds, pinks, blues, greens, whacked out hair, women who are feminists, women who are liberal. How many does that leave open? Not very many. Girls have all the power online. Yes, they do. Thank you, Kenta. Always appreciate you being in the chat as well. Always appreciate everybody as well. Kenta is in the house. Happy Sunday, says Marcella, down in Utah County. I've never done online dating. Dating apps, you will find nothing but trash and trouble. Well, I wish we could clone Marcella, that's for sure. Good to have you. Hope you're having a great Sunday. I was asked to not date nurses. Why so? Well, in the United States, nurses are the #1 cheaters in profession and occupation outside of flight attendants. Why? I was married to one. And there's tons of nurses on dating apps, especially in the United States. AWOL says, JT, might be truth to that. You just eliminated all chicks for me, says DKS13827. Well, there are some that do not fit those qualities, and they're very rare. We have a few in our forum. Yes, date, learn the human dynamic in nature. We don't hate women, nor are we against relationships. Society, court of public opinion, courts, police, entertainment are against you. That is the truth. We do not hate women. We understand women so that we can navigate our life for putting ourselves first and realize that the investment we put in ourselves will yield much more than a relationship in today's modern landscape. And that's sad, but that's also good to know, because we don't have to go in blindly thinking, hey, I'm going to give this woman everything, my heart, my money, my resources, I'm going to take care of her, only for her to monkey branch potentially, or with high probability within 3 to 6 months. Religious women, actually red flag. Oh yeah, mine was religious. They hide behind the Bible. Teddy Boy Smith, I think the concept of online dating is designed to make women the chooser. I would agree. I think it has made women become It's exalted them to a level of delusion that is very difficult to get away from because they have so many options and so much attention. Carl's in the house all the way from the East Coast. Many men would rather be sold a lie than to have to face the harsh realities to endure. It's like the boiling frog theory, and when you finally realize the eater is scolding, it's too late. Well said, Carl. Hope you're doing well. You saw the crypto go down pretty big. Bada bing, just watch all those rich entertainers going through a divorce nowadays. They're the canary in the coal mine and serve as a warning to all of us. I would agree. Hey, Dr. Dre, Brad Pitt, Sylvester Stallone. It doesn't matter who you are, guys. Women get bored. Women seek attention elsewhere. Women have options. It'll be interesting to see what happens to Angelina Jolie. Who does she end up with? Regardless of what you think about Brad Pitt, I mean, that guy was pretty high up there. Good luck on her finding another Brad Pitt. You just disqualified 95% of women in the dating market. Darley Lambert. There you go. And I didn't even mention mental illness or alcoholics or pet moms. Jake Store, I dated NARC or BPD for quite a while, living hell. I have went on a few dates with a couple gals that fit that description, and I got out as soon as possible. Stephen Grieco, you get to a point of exhaustion and so little fruit for your labor that you're good with flying solo. The investment that the man puts is significant versus what he gets in return. MGTOW Cowboy, borderline personality disorder is BPD or bipolar disorder. Nurses or anyone in healthcare are almost universally delusional. I was married to one. They think a doctor is joking with them, is flirting, but has nothing to do with his income status or authority. There are so many affairs that happen in hospitals. Every one of my ex-wife's coworkers were divorced and cheated on their husbands. It's crazy. Any women focus on her career probably had a work husband and will monkey branch. 100% don't quit. Kenta, I cut off this chick and she refused to leave me alone like I owe her something. You cut off her attention and so she seeks it. It's as simple as that. If she cut her attention off of you, there might be a possibility that you would have sought that, but you beat her to the punch. Now she's getting a taste of her own medicine. Good for you. What do you think about Anthony Spade? He has a great video, Why Marriage is a Waste of Time. I used to listen to them, then he threw me under the bus. He actually responded to one of my videos and said I was a woman hater and I was just a fucking incel or something like that. I just said, you know what? And he's got a ton more, so I don't know why he did it, but he's got some good content. I'm not going to bash him, but he was definitely calling me all sorts of names. And then he deleted his comment. I should have snapshotted it, but he's got some good stuff. I don't know why he thinks I don't hate women. I love women. Women are beautiful. I hate feminists, and I don't believe that a modern day relationship will yield the results that I want out of it. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself because I know I get results out of myself. Andrew, Stargate's in the house. Having money doesn't make you desirable to women, but more of a target for cash and prizes. Follow the money. I used to hate certain saint, but after he favored the red pill, I appreciate him. There you go. Crypto going down means one thing: collect. Emery cocaine. Probably. Tom Cruise, how's it going for him? DKS13827. Yeah, he's been married a couple times, 3 times. I think he's got some issues, but he's been divorced by younger gals his age. Don't commit. Give her scraps and arm's length. That's the key. If you want to have value in a relationship, you have to be as mysterious as possible with very, very little attention. Remember, she will seek your attention. If you give it to her, she will not seek you. She will seek others. I'm not saying that for everybody, the majority. Angelina looks like the female version of Skeletor. She does. Yeah, she does, Father Saunders. Women are married to their careers and independence now, not to romantic relationships with men. You're going to see a coming to Jesus. I'm going to say 10 to 15 years from now. Now, the courts aren't going to change, guys. Now, Utah court just said minimum custody is 50-50. I thought that was a good move in the right direction. Maybe other states will jump on board where women can't basically use the kids as pawns anymore. Maybe that'll make them think twice, but I doubt it. Remember, the man is still toxic in all of society. There's nothing you can do to fight that unless we all become, emasculated men and just basically cut our wieners off and do nothing except be led, not be the leader. But there you go. I have a married woman at work who tells me she loves me, wants to hug, wants my attention. I thought she liked me. Now with red pill knowledge, I see for what she is. She's just seeking attention, teddy boy. Daniel Gonzalez in the house. All women are queens and special in their own brains. Western dating is an ego contest. Yep, 100%. Never be alone with her, teddy boy. That was perfect advice for Teddy. Online dating, single moms with multiple kids, even very recent kids as of 2020, trying to date. Boring, self-centered conversation is bad, and their only one hook is sex. Easy way to bait. Think you hit it on the head, Z Foster. Think you hit it on the head. Manoj Roy, what about Kanye West? Good for him getting away from that woman. She is the ultimate attention, WHORE. She took out ribs to make her waist skinnier. Her stepfather turned into a woman. Good for Kanye. Hopefully he can find a nice Christian woman. I doubt it though. BPD women are no joke. Stay away from them. They are usually beautiful. Don't let that turn a blind to the red flags. This is how you guys can find a mental illness woman. The amount of messages they send quickly and at the beginning. Lovey-dovey, kisses, emojis. If they love bomb you, that's a sure sign of a mental illness. Remember that. Don't be in a relationship if you don't know red pill. Please learn about it, says Manoj. Emery, Crystal Eyes, I still love you. LA Guns. Crystal Eyes, I still love you. Gare's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Negative attention, negative type attention, if any. It doesn't matter what kind of attention you give them. That's one of the things women truly love, positive and negative attention, because it's still attention focused on them. That's why women stay in arguments. They stay in abusive relationships. There's an attention factor to it. I got a buddy, his wife fights with him every morning and every night, every hour. But I tell him, quit talking, quit fighting back. The more you fight back and argue with her, the more attention she gets. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. They'll take it. MGTOW Cowboy, I was invited to a dinner by an old friend. He brought his nephew to ask about trucking. After the meal, he confided in me that his Filipino wife divorced him after 2 years. There you go, guys. There you go, right there. Monkey branching right in the States. At one point, I thought the problem was me until I took the red pill. BPD women have serious issues, says Jake. Yes, they do. Stay away. Learn from your mistakes and our mistakes. Every gal on a dating app is a single mother. There's one with 4 kids. I've seen one with 6 kids. But you're right. Write down all the pros and cons of every relationship you've been in. Guarantee you'll have 5 cons, 2 more of every one when you are done. How's that for return on investment? That's what I say. Write that list down. If you're feeling sad because someone broke up with you, read it. It'll be minimum 5 to 1. BPD is bipolar disorder or borderline personality disorder. Well, yep. Find out if she takes any prescription drug and she runs. Yeah. Xanax, Vicodin, painkillers. Hopefully he's not. What's the one ADHD? What's ADHD drug? Ritalin, sleeping pills, you name it. A lot of these women are medicated. That's another sign that you're dealing with instability. Find out if she takes. Yep. Shayan, I hope I said that. Raj, good to have you. Hi, Rab. Been following your content 24 and red pill as a wake up call for me. My ex left me 2 years ago to focus on her career. Since then, I've been working on improving myself every day. Perfect. And let that ex go. She'll get to a point where she'll hit the wall and realize all the great men like yourself in her life that she got rid of, they're not going to come around. Work on yourself is the best possible thing you can do. Good for you. All right. Mysterio is in the house. Looking boss rat. Thank you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Check out, I hope you listen to all of Michael Grant and the Assassins. I really like his stuff. There's just something about it. He's got a Cheap Trick vibe in it. He's got some really good stuff. Like 80s metal, some like high, difficult, hard alternative. Good to have you. Cluster B is off the charts and they've all gone stark raving mad, my brothers. There's a lot of it. Lisa Smith in the house, late to the game, but you're still in the game. You can go back and watch it from the beginning. But hope you're well as well. Negatives as in no free attention. Very hard-earned attention scraps make her feel low. Gotcha. Well, the best thing to do, if even Tom Likas has said this, if you like a woman, give her no attention. Let her come to you. If you give her attention, she's not interested. For the most part, most. But you're right. Good afternoon, Reverend 20 Peace is in the house. I hope you're all having a great weekend, getting ready to drink some beer and grill some steaks. Drama-free cheers to you. And we'll raise mine in toast for all of you today having great steak. For the brothers that put their lives on the line and left this mortal coil to keep our freedoms. Tomorrow is a Memorial Day in the United States, which is a big holiday. Anyhow, good to see you, Reverend. Isn't it 1 in 4 women in America on antidepressants? I think it's probably more. I'd say 1 in 3 now. But yeah, a significant amount. Are antidepressant drugs supposed to be lifetime? Well, when they first came out, they were not supposed to be lifetime, but they've seemed to have turned into that way. Yeah, anyone on what happens with antidepressants is it changes the brain chemistry. It changes the person. When mine went on it at the very tail end of our marriage, it literally changed her. I had no idea who she was. She became numb to life. She just wasn't the same person. And it gives them a Band-Aid to cope, but it doesn't really help them to cope. It's using an external piece. Now, I'm not saying, look, if you have severe depression, talk to your doctor. But I'm saying if you're using it to just get over a difficult time in life, I don't know how that helps, because again, the problem is still it's still there. You're just masking it. Anyone here like Slipknot been playing their latest record? They're not too bad. Fun to work out to. The Drive Inside is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Hope you're doing well on today's weekend. Did you hear how Dwayne Wade said his wife leads in the marriage, not him? Yeah, but you know what? I kind of agree with Greg Adams. I think he's doing it. Just he has to do it to keep his status up. But yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Once a woman has moved on, she looks for big league guys. Once they monkey branch, she only looks for a better deal. Ain't that the truth? They will never go below. They always go up. Luxury Life in the house. Bradenton, Florida. Thanks, brother. I've been there. Been there. Love Florida. But I couldn't live there. I would feel like I'm on vacation every day. And the heat just zaps up. Oh, boy, I'd love to live there and see bathing suits all day. That would be great. And a lot of the women in Florida take very good care of themselves in certain parts. But they're probably, I was in Boca last year, and Weston area, great place. Antidepressants have a very, you got to be careful. My ex was on sleeping pill for 12 years, depression pills for 10, and had bipolar running in the family. One day I came back from work. She flew to Mexico without telling me. Medications mess them up. Yeah, it changes their brain chemistry. Kumkan. Good to have you here. I hope I said that right. Kumkan. You're absolutely right. It changes them. They make decisions based on just random things. How long should weight training be? Well, I went today with my son, usually 30 to 40 minutes. I'm not a big gym rat for 3 hours. You can do 6 exercises in a half hour if you do them right. You work the opposites, biceps, triceps, chest, back. But it's what I do. I had been interested in a gal, asked her to coffee. She says that men love a chase and I need to chase her more. At this point, I lost interest. Fuck that. Women also love to chase. Don't forget that. Women will seek the attention where it's not given. Now, it's funny, all these PUAs and dating coaches have their methods, but if you really take psychology in the picture, if you remove your attention, they seek yours. It's really that simple. So don't talk to them. If you get a signal that they're touching or smiling and want to talk to you, then you go talk to them. Other than that, don't cold approach. That's putting them on a pedestal. I've read that 50% of prescriptions today are written for psychotropic drugs, says T-Talk in the house. You're right. Absolutely. Camping or chilling at the beach with a bonfire. I love to camp, but I also like bonfires. But I did camp on the beach, so I got you. I just hit 2 birds with 1 stone with that. In Oregon, there was a great campsite on the beach. So we would camp in tents and under this one tree, and then we'd have bonfires. It's wonderful. My ex had anxiety and caused a lot of fights, plus meds dry up there. Yes, it does. It allows them an easy escape, but the escape never leads to where they need to go. It just puts them in a different tunnel in the maze. Maybe has more light, but it doesn't get them out of the situation. They want to get out of the maze of, the depression and the anxiety, but putting them on medication only puts them in a different tunnel of the maze. They're still in the maze. You're right. A lot of fighting. Laws favor too much women by media gives the opposite picture. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And so the best way to play the game is to not play the game. Or if you play the game, you need to vet very, very seriously and you need to be on purpose, and you need to continue this. And you need to really understand where the risks and rewards are. Because modern day relationships, in my book, have no success or very, very little success based on the attention span of today's people. Even men have little attention spans. There's too many options in their phone. I mean, even for men, the chick, pisses you off, you got options, not as many, but there's an opportunity. You can get back on a dating app if you're that dumb. And then there's programming. You go, girl, you go focus on your career. And then what happens? I don't understand why being a mother and a caretaker of a home is considered below, low status. That is the most amazing thing. Without women, we would not be here. Without women, this world would never have been created. So why don't we respect women's roles as they respect ours? But I don't see them respecting men as much anymore. And men are realizing and waking up and say, I can't do this shit anymore. I can't put my heart in again for only it to run this exact same course. Prove me wrong. I would love to see somebody prove me wrong. All of this, that have great relationships, marriages, there's love and romance and families being born. I can't see it, guys. Andrew Briggs, the only way marriage can work is if the woman completely submits 100% to the man as the leader and respects him. If she does that, he respects her. He will give her everything. It's an easy, easy formula. Well said, Andrew. It's not funny in the house. We are just talking about modern day relationships, brother. Good to have you. Can someone explain frame? These dating experts talk about this nonstop. Frame is an illusion. Frame basically says if you maintain a posture, a mental posture, a physical posture for a long time, the woman will submit. Frame works until it doesn't. There is no such frame in divorce court or false allegations or monkey branching or hypergamy. My mother was on sleeping pill and depression tablets for years and treated us badly. Mood swings. Oh yeah, that's not uncommon. Rad, my former username was Brass Balls. Oh, I remember that. Had to change it due to work showing up on random emails for networking. Have been here since you had 500. Well, thank you. Yeah, I remember Brass Balls. In fact, I like that name. Yeah. Going all the way back. That was almost 2 years ago. MGTOW Cowboy agrees 100%. It's not funny. Relationships don't work anymore because what they were about, we no longer find fulfillment in. It's about materials now. It's unfortunate, and I'm not the guy that says relationships. I believe the majority of relationships will follow this dynamic. I'm just sorry. Just the ages of the people today, the lack of attention, the boredom that creeps in really quickly, the options available to all women, it just doesn't exist. And I wish it didn't. But I've experienced it. A guia espiritual is in the house. Good to have you, brother. Mr. Gray, beware of the female chameleons, gents. They're all over YouTube and just as what they think we want to hear. I would agree with you. Frame works until she calls those 3 numbers. Yes, you are 100% right. I never thought that would ever happen to me. I never laid a hand. I raised my voice, said some mean things like we all do. I was a normal dude. But it happened. It happened. It's very, very risky. And the rewards, it seems, are getting few and few now. What do you think there's a big explosion? Why do you think there's a big explosion of crimson caps on YouTube? Well, I think there's a lot of things, Mysterio. I think you've got lots of guys going through divorces. There's a lot of YouTube channels about how to save your relationship, how to get back your ex. And I think then there's going to be there's like a crimson capsule video right next to it. And the guy looks at that. He's like, holy crap, I shouldn't get back with my ex. And then I think a lot of guys are like that. And they seek out content. They stumble upon it. You're seeing huge divorces happen. You're seeing you don't have to be an idiot to go out to a shopping mall and see women decked to the nines with makeup and fake everything, and not say to yourself, what is going on? Like, seriously, when I grew up, it was Aquanet and hairspray. I mean, these women had huge hair, but that was the style back then. Aquanet, couple earrings. They didn't cake face themselves. There was no extensions. There was no fake eyelashes. I think I remember when boob jobs were getting popular. But that was weird too. Now they're a dime a dozen. So yeah, I mean, you don't have to be an idiot to look around and say something is happening to the dynamics of both men and women, right? My parents say I have mood swing. Do you find that I have mood swing? No, you're all right. Don't listen to your parents. Brad does a good job with old-fashioned red pill, no doubt. JT. Thanks, brother. Men built a world while women kept the homes fires burning, says Lisa. 100%. Modern women do not appreciate the importance of this role. The feminist wave has demented women almost foobar. I'm surprised you know what foobar is. Oh, foobar. This whole world's turning foobar. 100%. I love it. I love it. I haven't heard foobar for a while. I think the last time I heard foobar was on The Walking Dead when Eugene says, we better make it out here really quick or this place is going to go to foobar. So, love it. Yeah, very well said, Lisa. Mysterio, is living older making it hard to have a LTR? Well, I think as you get older, you just realize they're difficult. Now, if you do find someone that pops in your life that doesn't exhibit the qualities we talked about, then there's potential. However, you're always going to be dealing with potential of the. It comes down to it doesn't matter how great the gal is or how great the guy is. We just have different brains. It's as simple as that. Can you deal with it? It's a lot riskier in today's modern landscape. Technology has decimated this whole relationship landscape. The options are a plethora, legions and legions of options, even for the heavy ones. Guys, I've seen heavy women with 6'6" NBA players. In 2017, went on a date with a gal I really liked on Plenty of Whales. Found out afterwards she had given me a fake name, said her name was Sarah. Then I found out through a party it was Rose. Whew. Big red flag. Greetings from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada. Good to have you, Lord Spawn. Take a trip to Medicine Hat one of these days. What up, Brad? Relationships should fade from existence, says Matt. Hey, I don't ever think they're going to fade anytime soon. I think there's still this programming. Just the smarter people are realizing that it's risky. It's risky. I got a guy, one of my neighbors. He was engaged for 6 years, and then I found out she had slept with one of my friends. And I put the two to two together, and they were together while this was happening. And then she left him. She was 42 with a 6-year-old grandkid. Go figure. She left him, and 2 days later, he's in a new relationship. He just can't be alone. You're seeing that. Barely good tennis. Hey, Rad, I'm learning how to play electric. Much better noise compared to some nagging me about some pointless crap. You're working on yourself. Good for you, brother. I don't know if you caught the beginning, but I was playing. I can't even get a rock song because they flag you for copyright infringement. So I had to play my own guitar. So you guys, if you get catching on now, go back and look in the beginning. See some skills. I taught myself how to play guitar, by the way. How to Save Your Relationships are absolutely hilarious. Yeah, guys, go check it out. How to Get Your Ex Back. There's tons of them. Has my redhead bulldog lawyer lost a case? I think he's only lost one or two, and it's been when he had to come into the case like midway. And I think he got a lot, but he didn't get exactly what the guy wanted. Yeah. Aquanet. Yeah, remember those days? Remember those days of Aquanet? It's all done to get attention. You're 100% right. They get dolled up like pink Porsches you pick up from a used car lot. It's just over the top, man. It's over the top. Brazilian butt implants, extend. Look, I like a nice hair. I'm not anti with extensions, but the mermaid hair is everywhere. Mermaid hair is that thick extension. Now, long manes turn men on. That's definitely a physical trait that we seek. Beautiful hair. FUBAR, look it up. FUBAR. Cyberzoning, materialism and greed in female is off the hook. Well, I wonder why. Could it be programming? Could it be the media? Could it be Eat, Pray, Love? Could it be Oprah? Biggest check to someone is reaching your destination. I would agree. Manoj. So women should have it better towards us men than vice versa. Well, according to Lisa, we should. Sure. I believe women should be the co-pilot. It has nothing to do about being sexist. I think men can lead better. It's as simple as that. If you have a problem with that, most women-run countries and women-run companies I didn't say all, have had issues. The women's brain is more emotional than a man's logical brain. Did you hear that the Dalai Lama is being sued by a Canadian woman for spousal support even though they were never married? Jeez Louise. I bet that'll go to court. Lord Spawn, I'm a 42-year-old and LTR is 100% off the table. That being said, my current friends with benefit and me have been playing for over a year and a half. I see no problem with that. But she might grow feelings for you, which is typical. I want to look sharp, clothes, wise, and physically shaped as well. Wear lots of black. Blacks, grays, solid colors. Don't go pinks, purples, reds, oranges. Good solid colors. To actually look like Don Draper on Mad Men. That's the key. Right? Nothing wrong looking good. Friends with benefit, I see no problem. Matt Downer, there's always some ugly truth behind these relationships, and the rules have gotten stupider and stupider. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Bob. I'm your age, Rad. The quality of women leaves them to be nothing more than a pump and dump at best. Well said. No woman should expect a man to play cleanup for her life's mistakes, but they do all of them, Carl. Yeah. 100%, Carl. Well said. 100% agree. Please look at the behavioral sync experiment on rats. I'll have to check that out. Friends with benefits, as long as she knows what's happening, and keep your text messages. It means fucked up beyond all recognition. There you go. FUBAR. Would you do a rad show with Red Bulldog on divorce content? Maybe. If you do it, I'd probably have to pay him. Oprah, you know what, Lisa? Oprah has never been married and never raised a kid. I think she was pregnant, but I think the baby died upon birth, or she gave it up for adoption or something, but never raised a kid. And she's given advice to married women with kids. Go figure. FUBAR. She's FUBAR. She's never married. She cohabitates. One of the reasons relationships fail is how women treat men's emotions. Well, I would agree 100%, Lord Spawn. And here's the deal. You do not share your emotions with a woman. Okay? You share them with your good friends. Women share their emotions with women. Men share their emotions with men. That's as simple as that. Never, ever wear your emotions or tell a woman how you feel. Ever. She'll use that against you. It'll be considered weak. And just share with your friends. Share with your bros. Captain Steubing passed on Saturday. Oh, he did? Hello, Captain Steubing. The Love Boat was great. Who did I like? Gopher. So I came up with a new law like Brafalt's, my Caro's and Zarva's law. Oh, there you go. I think Brafalt's is probably becoming extinct by now. It's probably turned into something even bigger. What are you better at, guitar solos or riffs? Riffs. Not good at solos. One of my friends' business got down the drain because he recruited women. He got charges from women's parents in court. Jeez. Hopefully he's okay. Speaking of Mad Men, Betty Draper's the kind of gal I've always wanted. Betty Draper's hot. In fact, I was coming home from Cabo a year ago, and Betty Draper's brother on the series was the row right in front of me. I think he was only on like 4 or 5 episodes, but he was a pretty cool guy. He had 3 kids coming back from Cabo with his wife. Some actor. All the way from South Africa, the boy Kent. Hey, do you like Rodriguez? He was that American musician named Rodriguez. And if you guys haven't seen that, check him out. He got really popular in South Africa. And I watched that documentary. It was all about this really cool singer in the 60s that basically disappeared, and they found out he was huge over in South Africa. Good to have you here, the boy kid. Always enjoy meeting new people. Beyond all the nutty women, the droves of simpy men are as much to blame for the current state of affairs. I would agree. You know, and we don't hate women. We don't say, hey, women are the cause of everything. Men have fucked it all up too. Think about it. Men got off their purpose. Men put a woman in central. We have a lot of issues because of wimpy, simpy men. Well said, Mr. Gray. Oprah is not foobar. Oprah is snafu. Oprah is Harpo. As time passes from the time emotional confession in a man to a woman, the probability of it being used against him in a masculine way by said woman approaches 1. Yeah. Well said. Well said, Lord Swan. Who have you met famous aside from Tony Hawk and Cobain? Hulk Hogan, Viggo Mortensen, Colin Farrell, the dude, what's his name? I've been a Slash. I'm in a bunch in Park City. Not too many. And I come out to Park City in January, you can shake a bunch of hands. You know, celebrities in person, they don't even look like themselves, by the way. But I'm still waiting to meet Ian Astbury from the Cult. That would be my bucket list. My disconnect, 8@744, my disconnect with dating coaches and PUA is that they always neglect or downplay the risks involved. I see them as agents of the system. I think that's well said. I think that they don't understand. They believe a technique will sway a woman. And this is what I think. Men have logical brains, women have emotional brains. See, there's no competition there, guys. Women seek out men for certain reasons. Men seek out women for certain reasons. There's no pamphlet on what to say or how to say it. You know the best thing to do? And I've said it from day one. If there's some chick that like you see at the supermarket, you've seen her multiple times. You guys seem to show up at the same time. If she gives you signs, then approach. That's attention she's seeking from you. Do not ever cold approach. And that is why I have problems with PUA. I don't cold approach. Don't have to. You know? I follow the signs, and I'm the one that gives no attention, and I gain all the attention in the end. It's that simple. If you like someone, look for the signs. They smile, they touch their hair, they hi. That is a sign for you to approach. You do not approach on the cold approach. I'll put them on a pedestal. That's what all the other guys do. Come on. They're not stupid. Oprah is a human snack cake. Yes, and she's on every cover of her magazine, which I thought that's weird too. My best friend is convinced he needs to help me get a woman. Always post while single mom's great way to living my great life to being thrown into a superfly. That's funny. I agree, man. Mine's trying to tell me, I said, where's the unicorn well? And I'll go check it out. They can't give me any advice. Which prez was RP the most from your view? Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. I got to get back to you. Your thoughts on Matt Cross at 33? I think he's got some good stuff. I've watched a couple shows. He's all into, he teaches guys how to, get gals, which is fine. But he's also got some random red pill stuff, some stuff about female nature. Every now and again I'll watch him. I used to watch him a lot more. But, he has an audience that's interested in women and relationships and, spinning. I think he's more spinning plates. But, not bad. I met Don King in downtown Chicago. Oh, that must have been a trip. I would have loved. Oh, I met Mike Tyson in Vegas at the Vegas rental car center. And Flavor Flav from Public Enemy. I saw him on, and I went up and I said, yeah, boy. What time is it? Yeah, boy. Because that's what he used to say. And he came up and he fist bumped me. Yeah, boy. So there you go. They are agents, really. Well, I don't think yeah. You never know. Can men hit the wall? Of course they can. Yeah. If a man takes really shitty care of himself, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, absolutely. There's a lot of Homer Simpsons out there. Hello, I'm back. Sister and niece stopped over to eat. Good. Glad you guys are having some family time. Random dude 22, Rad, what up? I gotta wonder your view on ex-wives after they divorce husband number one. Do their lives get better or worse? Yeah. From my perspective, when they divorce the first husband with kids, it never gets better. There's nobody that can take the place of the first husband and man. Maybe in a few instances it gets better, but not really. They just go to another person with a different name and have the same issues. Most people do not change. A tiger will not change its stripes. For being in purpose, you need to know the truth about women. Once you're a red pill, you're going to focus on that purpose. You are not getting anything out of it, right? That's what we're here. When someone asks me how to get my deal with the Friends with Benefit, I just say, get out and meet women. Yeah, it's easy. It's not hard. What are your signs that you should approach for us dum-dums? Well, if they look at you, if they smile, if they make eye contact, if they touch their hair, if their body language says, approach me, those are all good things. But you need to look at a woman's eyes, and if she smiles, then go up and say hi. That's a sure sign. Putting her on a pedestal had revealed the truth. Ronald Reagan was pretty good. Yeah. I'd even say George Bush. No self-respecting man has the time, energy, or inclination for that PUA nonsense. It's all pathetic. Yeah, the guy's spending that kind of money. I give it to him for free. Trump was red pill as well, for the most part. Yep. He didn't apologize, did he? Yep. That was what I was going to say. I met O.J. Simpson in the Bahamas in '93. Wow, that was before that was way before what happened. Well, if it's what someone's passionate about, why shame them for it? What do you think of the life of being a rich man is like? Easy or hard? I would say it's hard. A lot of guys want attention, a lot of fake friendships. I mean, I read this book a long time ago saying if you have a lot of money, don't show the fact that you have a lot of money, because you'll have relationships based on the falsity of who you are, but on what you have. It's just usury for her at some point. Mm-hmm. Marcella, men in general don't usually hit the wall. They only get hotter the older they get. I love guys in their 30s, 40s, and 50s. If they take care of themselves, Marcella, absolutely. If they lift weights and exercise and even get out and do things outside of nature. There's a lot of, guys age well. I would agree. But they got to take care of themselves. There's a lot of Homer Simpsons and Family Guys running around. Let her come to you. Attraction is much more important than looks. Well said. How come George Bush Sr. looked way younger than Barbara Bush? Well, Barbara did look older by a long shot. Genetics. What do you think about guys who go to escorts? I don't have a problem with that. They know what they're getting, and the woman that's giving them the product, it wants a return customer. The guy gets what he wants, she gets what she wants, and there's no strings attached. Perfect. How many bedtime partners does it take to cross the point of no return where pair bonding is impossible? I would say for a woman, 3 minimum. Anything over 3 is going to be really hard to pair bond again. They're just not meant to have so many partners. Some hairy Italian guy, a little dating between Marcella. I recommend one night stands only, says Suzanne. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, Suzanne, down in Florida. Stay safe. Did OJ try to stab you or your Bahama mama? Oh, man. Speaking of money, if you can pretend you got some peace leave lines up to get at it, laugh, LOL. I've used this phenomenon to partially get my current body count. Cary Grant and Denzel look good past 50. They sure do. It's the truth about money. Our entire family has gone through it, and they're still not understanding that they're dealing with false people. There's a lot of fakers out there. OJ was cool, bumped into me by accident. We were getting donuts. Dad also ran into Tone Loc in the lobby. Tone Loc, Funky Cole Medina. Tone Loc felt bad because he had an issue with their room that was taking forever. And apologized to my dad, who was behind him. Did he have that really deep voice? I like Tone Loc. For women, it's been proven more than 5 kills their pair bonding ability. Yeah. I said 3, you say 5, but I think it's very, very low. Getting over one partner is more than enough to destroy pair bonding. If that wasn't true, they would have monkey branched. Well said. So, reality of today's modern relationships, we have an issue with attention. Boredom is very quick now. I would say boredom reaches 48 hours into it. You have too many options. They've got a whole world at their fingertips. Instant gratification, instant attention, and the whole programming. So you tell me how that's going to fit. Nirupam in the house from India. In first date, women want to know how much money we earn that proves they want money from us by providing intimacy and sex. They don't care about us. So there's no woman who is not a WHORE. A lot of women seek men with resources and status. You said it well. There was some celebrity golf tournament going on when we were vacationing there. Steven Seagal supposedly was there, but I've heard he's an a-hole. Yeah, but I wouldn't mess with him. Man can have more partners. It does mess with their minds. Women can't do the same. Why? They're just not emotionally capable of having multiple partners. Men are physical visual, so we can spread our seed every which way. Is it good in the end? No, because it mentally messes us up too. You know, but that's just the more partners a man has, the less he can connect, because if he gets with another gal who is long term, he'll get bored and monkey branch. So yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons to both. He talked in a very low tone of voice. Never got to see Steven Seagal. I wonder if he still has his ponytail. Maintain frame. I miss your short form videos. Yeah, I've got to make one. I actually have one I'm going to put up here in a second, probably today or tomorrow. That being said, women with phones are for entertainment purposes only. Ain't that the truth? James Bond is red pill. Yes, he is. If someone has destroyed their ability to pair bond, would it be fair to say that all relationships would be fake? I would say so. And living out the old habits developed with a Yep. Greetings, says FJT, making an appearance. Always appreciate FJT in the house. Honestly, I want to meet a woman I can do things with and have fun together. I don't care about marriage or money or anything, just want a partner. Well, understand that it's very, very difficult to find that. Very risky if you do, and low rewards if you find them. Maintain frame. Love your Raz streams, but in your short form vids, you lay it down to Chinatown. Yeah, I've got to come out. I usually used to do like 2 a week. I need to do another one. I've got a couple ideas. How did you deal with red pill loneliness, knowing that you are the only one among your friends and family who knows the true meaning of female nature? Well, you can't make anybody red pill. Red pill is an awakening that happens on one's own time. If you try to red pill your friend, he would just laugh at you and call you a misogynist. You just have to buckle down. You need to just sit by yourself. You need to get to know who you are, because most people lose themselves in a relationship. They forget who they were, and you have to refine that. What do you like now 10 years later? Remember, you gave everything to a woman, you lost yourself. So you got to go back to the basics. You got to start working out. You got to start doing the things that you remember. Maybe it was listening to music. Maybe it was watching a certain kind of movie. That's it. It's one step at a time. Loneliness is a skill you got to get over. And that is what keeps men still on the plantation. They think a new woman will make them less lonely. Bullshit. It's bad thinking. There is a Polish gal at work that always looks at me and smiles and says, "Hi, should I approach her? Or is it work a bit?" Nope. Do not get with a woman at work. Rule number 1. They can wreck your life. If you could be born in any time other than 72, would you be born before or after, or stay the same? I would want to be a teenager in the 50s. So I would have to have been born in like 38, like 52, 53, with that car and rockabilly and all that. Good question, though. Which society would implode first, a city of all men or a city of all women? I would say all women. Too many emotional infighting. It reveals about the man when he gets red pill. Yes, sir. Rad, have you ever seen the music video Smooth Operator by Sade? It highlights hybristifolia. I have. I love Sade. I think Sade is a great singer. I guess one of her kids became a transgender, though. Interesting. Well, they're all turning. All the celebrity kids are all turning transgendered. It's maybe it's the whole programming, and they all got this certain memo. If they were going to be celebrities, and all their kids would have to, who knows what the agenda is. I just invested in my first crypto. I took some of the advice you gave me, Rad. Hopefully, I'll get a good return on investment. Well, just hold on to it. It's going to go up and down. Just don't get too crazy. Just allow it to be. Good for you, brother. Rad, if you found that elusive, could you ever see yourself getting married? No, I would never get married again. I would never cohabitate again. I'm just too far. I mean, the dating landscape just doesn't allow for long-term relationships with me. I mean, literally, unless I'm never going to say never, but I can never see myself ever getting married again. I never will do it, ever. I will never cohabitate. Now, maybe I'm 75 and she's 75 and we have a long-term relation. I don't know. I'm not a fatalist, but I can't see the rewards. That's it. Prove me wrong, somebody. Sade's great. You ever heard this guy, Wings of Redemption? I think I have heard about him. Don't know much. The guy's like 500 pounds, doesn't work, just plays games and takes donations, and got married. How does a guy like that get married? Does he have a big following on YouTube? Probably gets a lot of attention. The chick wants to jump on that. Or they're just some really delusional women. Hypstophilia is a sexual interest in and attraction to those who commit crimes. Interesting. I can see that. That's why a lot of chicks like the guys on death row. An attainment of orgasms are responsive to and contingent upon the guy committing crimes. Well, Tom Likas says women are turned on by felons, criminals, liars, cheaters, drunks. Makes sense. A lot of women are. Any wrestling fans here? A few days was Owen Hart's anniversary. Horrible way to die falling from the top of the arena. Oh, yeah. Would you ever date a woman who is a hardened criminal? No. Don't forget Dwayne Wade had a child on her when they was on a breakup. He's in the doghouse, Keno. Good to have you, brother. Yep, he's in the doghouse. He's got to say those things. 19 and red pill. You are in for a wonderful life. You are in for a wonderful life, the boy Kent. Which would be harder to deal with? Sons that want to be transgendered. Yeah, that would be tough. That'd be really tough. The man with no name, good to see you as well. Tom is right. Guys, this has been a great stream. Remember, it's difficult in today's world to have a loving, romantic relationship with all of the attention, the boredom, the options, and the program. Rad, is a man ever washed up? No, unless he believes he is. And if he's going to chase excellence, he's going to make sure he looks good, acts good, behaves well, stacks money, and pushes himself. Let's see, traditionalism. I'm going to answer these two. We'll never go back to where it was. Quit asking for it. Play the game with a revised rule. You're absolutely right. It's not going back. Robert R. in the house. I saw the funniest thing ever, middle-aged bisexual women. I think it's, if I had an LGBTQ son, I'd still accept them, just would think that the lifestyle would be happy for it. It would be tough. I'll be real. Yep. And I'll just hit MEF. Been going my own way since April 30th, 2014. Well, happy anniversary on April 30. You're 7 years in. Good to have you, brother. This is it for me. Chase excellence, masculinity, men first.